Good morning, guys. So I wanted to jump on here and get ahead of the curve, hopefully a little bit, for Memorial Day weekend with some thoughts that I think a lot of the times we get excited about a weekend, especially a 3-day holiday weekend, right? And we've got all these plans, but if you think about it, step back just a second. Even our 2-day weekends, sometimes we're like, oh God, thank God for Monday so I can get back in my routine, right? So now you've added an extra day of excitement and things going on, kicking off summer, and you've got one extra day. So rather than try to be perfect through these 3 days or even better through it, what I would rather you do is stop right now and think about what can you do today to make Tuesday easier to get right back on, right? So, we'll talk tips in just a second about how to handle the weekend, but let's make getting back on track even easier. So it might be that you pick up a couple more things at the grocery store to get right back on it this weekend. Or, I think it's amazing when people actually meal prep for the next week beforehand so that it's already done. But the worst thing is ignoring that Tuesday is going to come and just letting the weekend continue to roll until the following week, or looking at, we've gotten so far into, oh, it's only 4 more days. And then we're just like, oh my gosh, I feel disgusting. I need to get back on it. Plan for that right now. Like our fridge is stocked more than ever. It actually is overwhelmingly stocked to me right now. But I've already thought about what kind of items we needed so that once we get through the weekend, I don't have to worry about grocery shopping. I don't have to worry about doing any of that. It's already there for us. All right, so there's one. So then tip number 2 on handling the weekend, we talk about this a lot with our one-on-ones, but it's starting the day off light and lean is what we talk about. So if you know that you're going to go out on a boat, or you're going over to a friend's house for a barbecue or doing something like that, we know, having tracked, that finding lean protein and getting that number high enough, with lean meaning low fat, is going to be hard to find in those situations, right? It's going to be burgers and hot dogs and ribs and whatever. So if we can start off our day with a lean protein in mind, that might be egg whites or turkey, or I would hate to do protein shakes, but do what you got to do. Starting the day off with that in mind, and a lot of fruit and vegetables early in the day, so that you have food in your stomach that doesn't really amount to much, right? So if we try to have our normal oatmeal or English muffin or bagel in the morning, now you get to, you have that at 8 a.m. Now you get to 6 p.m., 7 p.m., whatever, over at a friend's house, and you're like, oh my gosh, all they have is chips and bread and things like that. Well, if you had set up your day earlier to not have those things, now you have room later in your day, right? So think ahead a little bit on that, and start off your day light and lean. Last note is, if you are hosting something or you get the opportunity to help, 2 pieces. 1, bring something that fits your macros so that you know that there's something there that you can go to, right? So you might be the one who brings the fruit or vegetable tray, or makes the slaw side that has a better fat content to it, because most of the time coleslaw has a lot of mayo in it, or something like that. You be the one that steps up and brings something that fits a little bit better in your macros. And part 2, if you had the chance to make it a build your own, that is a huge opportunity for you to take your portion sizes under your own control, right? If we just have like burgers that are set up, most of the time, if you're at a party or something like that, it's going to be build your own. And that's when you can stop and think through, how much of each do I only have one fat? Think through the N3 method of 3 ounces of lean protein, 2 cups of fruits and vegetables, 1 fat only, so that you're on the safe side of doing, what you're doing. I guess the last thing that I should touch on too is drinking. 1, if you are doing Murph on Monday, which some of you CrossFitters will be, maybe not CrossFitters too. Yeah, do your thing, do Murph. Hydrating throughout the weekend, and not just hydrating through alcohol, but realizing that that's going to really, not only put a damper in your macros, but on your recovery, on your sleep. So alternate water in there. Be mindful of how much you're drinking. As we always say, anything in moderation, nothing in excess. It'll help you feel a lot better too. So you guys have a fantastic holiday weekend. I hope some of that helped. If you have something you heard on here that you're going to try, drop it below. The more that we talk to each other and share different ideas, the more we lift this whole group up. So let's all do it together, and maybe a funny video of me trying to take down this rope here in a second. It's going to be pretty good. But anyways, you guys have a good weekend. See ya.